What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. Alright, so in this one here, we're going to be going over this month's event quest. So we have the Battlerealm Under Siege, we're going to be doing the Uncollected difficulties, and then, like usual, we have just the boss fights to go over. There wasn't anything too annoying to deal with this time around. Maybe Captain Marvel was a little bit annoying just because of her actual attack animation speed was ridiculously fast. But besides that, there wasn't too much to look out for. So anyway, let's just go ahead and jump into the first fight here. So it's going to be against Captain America here. So let's cut into that. Alright, so here's this Captain America here. He's defensive and he's got a lot of power gain. And then we also have brute force going on, so pretty much just need to make sure that you're hitting him in the few seconds between brute force, the 6 seconds that you get between hits. And he is defensive, but I didn't find him to be overly defensive, which is good, so I was able to get some openings here. And I'm using She-Hulk because, yeah, I just wanted to have some fun with She-Hulk here after her buff. You don't really, I don't think, need any kind of particular champion for this matchup. It's pretty straightforward. It's got the node where you have to hold block to gain power, and you do not gain power any other way except by holding block. So it's good if you can keep pummeling into the enemy, but as you can see here, if he's just going to be super defensive and just keep holding block, then it can be a little annoying to deal with. But for the most part, I didn't run into too many issues here. I might have, yeah, he does get to a special 3 here. I think if we had any kind of power reversal or anything like that, it would work really well here. So Void would probably be a good option if you're finding yourself not able to keep him from a special 3. But I mean, I did lose She-Hulk here, but we almost got him down, so I could just hop in with Domino and finish him off. So yeah, nothing too annoying about this Captain America, unless I just got kind of lucky with my plays against him. But yeah, anyway, that's going to be it for Captain America here. Just a few more hits and down he goes. I was trying to hold block there to get a little bit of power so I can get my special going. And right there, he caught me a little bit off guard, but now we're going to pop him with the special 2, and oh, no, we didn't even need the special 2, and down he goes. So yeah, let's move on to the next boss here and see what we're working with. I already forgot the nodes, so let's see what it is. So we have the Miss Marvel here, and we have the soft guard with aggressive, okay. And then, oh yeah, that mighty charge, which is quite annoying. So when they are doing a dashing medium attack, they become unstoppable, and they remove any debuffs that they have on them, which is quite annoying. And then she's also got that particle protector, which just makes her a little more tanky and annoying to kind of get abilities off on. So I'm using She-Hulk here just because I do want to try out her heavy attack here to see if it stops the unstoppable, and no, it doesn't. So that slow just got removed, and the unstoppable still went through. So I just wanted to test that out, and we have a lot of glancing going on here. But another thing that She-Hulk has, which is nice, is She-Hulk is unstoppable or uninterruptible when performing a heavy attack if the enemy, as you can see right there, goes unstoppable. And I was, yeah, so I did get hit a few times there. I was just trying to show that off. So if Captain or Miss Marvel here kind of dashes in at me and gets that unstoppable, if I charge a heavy attack, I can remove the unstoppable and still get a hit in there, which, I mean, it's a trade-off because I was taking quite a bit of damage from the hits that I was taking. But I don't know, it's a fun mechanic, and it's definitely very useful in certain situations, especially against like a Juggernaut or Unstoppable Colossus or something like that, just to remove that unstoppable, especially if they have like increased buff durations and that kind of thing. So overall, She-Hulk worked out really well here as well. Miss Marvel goes down, so nothing too difficult here as well. Just need to play around that unstoppable when she does a medium dash, so you just need to be aware of that. But yeah, if you can get around that, you'll be good. So now we're moving on to Ronin, and we have a stun immune Ronin, the special 2 bias, and this EMP modification, which I didn't remember what that was, so that kind of confused me a little bit here. As you will see during the fight, we have Oscillate, Unblockable, and Spite. So he's got a lot of stuff going on here with this Ronin, so he's a little bit annoying just in terms of the nodes. So who do I go in? I went in with, yeah, Void here first, I think. I was looking through again just to remind myself of the notes, make sure that I didn't miss anything. So my plan here was just go in with Void and try to get the power lock going on. So if I gain a buff, it will be reversing his power instead of having him gain power because of Spite. And then just, you know, dodging his unblockable specials. So now we're going to get our next debuff here. We got 2 Petrifies right away, which is a little annoying, but then we have these shocks going on, and I was like super confused about the shocks here. So I was like, why am I taking all this shock damage? Because I was like, doesn't he have to build up 10 of those EMP charges? And right there, I tried to block that for some reason. I just wasn't ready for him to throw it right away, so I got hit by that special one. But luckily, that's only one of my 5 champs down, so now we can go in with our next one here. And I'm looking at this EMP modification. I'm like, it says right there, a max of 10 stacks, yeah, max 10 stacks, and then it's converted into a passive damage over time buff after you get to 10 stacks is what I was thinking, but it's not after you get to 10 stacks. It's whatever stacks you currently have, or whatever stacks Ronin currently has, is converted to shock whenever he uses a special. It's just capped out at 10, so even if he has just 1 charge, if he launches a special, that 1 charge is going to get transferred over to you, which is a little bit annoying. But because as you can see, what is the shock doing? Oh, it's only doing 89 damage right there. I thought it was doing more damage on that earlier fight, but now we've got 3 of them on us, so I just need to play a little carefully here. So I'm basically just trying to take him down before I go down because of the shock damage. So if you bring in someone that's shock immune, like, who's shock immune? Corvus is shock immune, I believe. And who else do we have? Thing is shock immune, if I remember right. There's a few champions. Electro is shock immune now, so Electro might be good here because then he'll actually gain attack rating when he's got those shocks on. But now we're hopping in with Mephisto, and again, I'm just trying to burst him down because I don't have a real counter for that shock damage with me. So if you want to bring a counter, then that's probably the way to go. But if you constantly have like all 5 of your champions left alive when you get to Ronin, you should be able to get him down just like the way I'm doing, just whittle him down champ after champ. And because he doesn't have any, like, oh, got hit by a stun there, I didn't remember that part. Because he's not super tanky. I mean, the oscillate node, or that armor up right there, makes it a little more difficult, but nothing crazy. As you see, down he goes. But overall, I found Ronin to be a little bit annoying just because of that shock damage, because I could figure out what was going on there and why I was getting shocked at the start. But anyway, moving on to the next fight here, we have Wolverine, and just like all the other Wolverines, he's got recovery. But he also has Indomitable, so he can't reverse the healing. And he's got Power Leak and the Vigorous Assault, so he will be hitting a lot harder when he has a regen active, and also when he has a regen active, he becomes unblockable, which can be annoying if that, or can be quite troublesome if that catches you off guard. If you know, hitting into him and you don't notice that he randomly gains one of those regens, then you might try to parry, and nope, it won't work because he's unblockable. So we are heal blocking here, but even with the heal block up, of course, he's still able to proc the regen, so he is actually still able to become unblockable. So that's just pretty much the only thing you need to look out for in this fight, is just the unblockable, which does get annoying at times because I found that, you know, it prevents me from parrying, so I've got to do a little more intercepting, and I'm not too good at intercepting, so I prefer to just parry if all possible. But we're using Sentinel here. We've got the heal block. We're building up those analysis charges, or at least trying to, since I'm pretty much just baiting out specials and going in, and I can't really parry too much, but we'll build up that analysis here. I think I'd just go ahead and take a hit here. Yeah, I intentionally did a 5-hit combo there to get my analysis finished up, and I knew he would retaliate, but luckily he only hit me once, so it wasn't too bad. So now we should be able to go in and do some pretty nice damage. I'm trying to build up to that special 2. We get clipped there because of that unblockable, but when we get this special 2 off, we should be starting to do some significant damage here to Wolverine. There we go, get those incinerates going, and yeah, look at that incinerate damage. That's really nice because we also have the Ghost Rider synergy going on that increases our incinerate damage. Or is that only from the Mephisto? I've already forgotten. It might only be from a fist that increases the incinerate damage, but we have our analysis fully built up, so our incinerate's going to be hitting harder anyway. So Sentinel works really well against Wolverine here. A heal block champ, of course, would work really well. Any kind of champ that nullifies would do well as well, because you don't want to have to deal with all of that unblockable nonsense. But now we're moving into Nick Fury, one of the 2 new champions that are going to be fighting in this month's event quest. And Nick Fury he's got a lot of stuff to kind of keep track of, but basically you just want to bring in a mutant champ and you should be okay, because I'm still looking through all this stuff and I don't even remember all of the abilities that he has, but I just remember that his tactical charges, or his intel charges, what are they called? Whatever his charges are, once he gets to 10 of them, he becomes unblockable. So that's basically what we want to look out for. Is it 10 or 15? Gosh, I've already forgotten, but yeah, so you see those little intel things up there. I'm going in with Blade here because this is my very first time fighting Nick Fury. Okay, it looks like 15 of them, and then he becomes unblockable. First time fighting Nick Fury, so I want to get a feel for his animations before I go in with one of the other characters. And there you go. Yeah, as soon as he hit 15, he became unblockable, and then we just got wrecked. So that's what you want to try to avoid. And mutant champs have, what, a 25% less chance of him proccing his intel or gaining those intel charges. And I wanted to use my Deadpool here, get some use out of this 6-star Deadpool, but I think I mess up quite early on in this, so I don't get to actually use him to the full potential or use him throughout this entire fight. But any mutant champion should work fine. One thing you need to kind of keep track of, as you can see there, I do have this bleed going on, and that's because I attacked into his block. When you attack into his block, you have a chance to proc that bleed, and right there is where I messed up. That's the first time I saw his special 2, so I didn't know when to dodge, and that stun duration is insane. That was like a 15-second stun. That was stupid. But anyway, now that I know what his special 2 looks like, I hop in here with Domino, and I'm like, alright, so we're not going to make this same mistake again. So Domino should be able to just finish the fight out for us here. That's a funny little whiff right there by Nick Fury. But yeah, we've got the Massacre synergy, so we can go ahead and do our 3-hit combo into our 5-hit combo and just start taking down Nick Fury. And then here we got that special 1. We want to try to avoid the special 1 because you can't really evade the special 1 entirely. You can dash back partway through his special 1 animation when the kind of lasers are shooting at you from the sky. You can dash back after blocking about half of those, and then you should be able to go into punish. I wasn't able to try that out enough, so I can't say for certainty, but now we should be getting him down to his signature ability. Oh no, we have to actually kill him to get there. For some reason I thought it started at 30% of his HP, but no, we've got to wait. So here we go, gunshot, dodge that, go in and try to get him down. There we go. So now he goes into the next phase, gets all of his health back, but he's going to degen down to 30% of his HP, and then he'll stop. So yeah, he just goes down to 30%, and then we just finish him off. He's going to be unstunnable, so you can't parry him here, so you just want to bait out special attacks. Okay, here we go, pop pop. We got a critical bleed going on, so now we can just wait him out, go in there with an intercept, and he should be down from the bleed. Yep, there we go, the bleed got him. So yeah, any mutant champions are going to be a good counter here. Domino works really well just because of her high damage output. Besides that, probably some maybe power control champs might work well against him to prevent him from getting specials off, but yeah, I'm not sure. So now we're moving on to Captain Marvel here. So Captain Marvel, again, has a lot of stuff going on as well, and basically what you want to know for Captain Marvel is you want to use a Mystic champion, because that's going to prevent her from getting into her Radiant form as frequently, and you're going to do more damage with any energy based attacks, which is what I was trying to do with Hood here. As you can see, any Mystic champion that attacks into her block is going to get that burst of energy damage, so it's quite a nice little secondary route to get some damage. And there we go, I wasn't prepared for that special 1, so I wasn't able to evade that, because this is my first time fighting her, so I'm not used to the animations quite yet. But you can get that little bit of damage in by attacking into her block, that energy damage, which can be nice, but it pushes her into her radiant form very, very quickly, so you want to keep that in mind. So now we're going in with magic here, and as you can see, yeah, like 3 hits into her block, she's into her radiant form. She's got that indestructible and stack of fury going on. And we don't want to push her to a special 2, because I do remember the special 2 is very difficult to evade. If it even is evadable. I don't even know if it is evadable, but I just know you don't want to do that. So I tried to just get that nullify right there, because any energy damage from the Mystic Champion should be amplified, so that nullify effect. And Magic's Limbo is going to do a crazy amount of damage to Captain Marvel here. And I just dashed back a little too early there, and we took a hit. So now we're going to go back in, try to recover, pop that special 2, and as you can see, that Limbo damage is proccing for 2100 damage per second, so crazy amount. So if we had our 5-star Magic awakened here and had that chance to go into Limbo just when I fill a bar of power, yeah, Captain Marvel will be going down a lot quicker than she already is. But yeah, so Magic is a good option just because we have that power control going on, so we can't necessarily power drain her very well, but that power lock is really good. But as you can see, it did get nullified there, or purified from her radiant form. When she goes into her radiant form, she will purify the debuffs that she has on herself and get that stack of fury and the indestructible. But that's gonna proc every, what is it, it's got like a 20 or 30 second cooldown or something like that, maybe less, because it seems like it's proccing a lot. But either way, we're pretty close to finishing her off here. She's down to 10%. That Limbo should do it. Yeah, that Limbo damage, ridiculous. So down goes Captain Marvel. Again, it can be a pretty annoying fight if you don't have like a nice Mystic Champion that's going to do some passive energy damage. And here we have a Hood fight. I just wanted to show off Hood a little bit. He's only rank 2 for me, so he's not very high up, but I just kind of wanted to show off that kind of energy damage, because Hood has that shock that he deals on his special 1. So as soon as we get that special 1 off, you'll see how much damage that shock actually does to Captain Marvel, and it's quite nice. And that works with any Mystic Champion, so like Thor Jane Foster, her shock damage is going to do insane amounts of damage. And here we go, pop pop, and boom, 2k from a rank 2 Hood right there from that shock damage. We do get hit by that special 1. A special 1 can be quite annoying to evade, because you do have to time it very well, because it's kind of like Cyclops' special 1. It has multiple hits on it, so you need to be evading the entire thing. So we pushed her into her radiant form here, and yeah, she's doing what she does best. She's very aggressive and has very, very quick animations, so that's what's kind of messing me up against Captain Marvel. So once you get that under control, she's a pretty straightforward fight. You can beat her with any champion. There's not really much to worry about, except for watching her radiant form when she goes into that, because of the indestructible. And of course, Mystic Champions are just going to be able to kill her a lot quicker, but any champion should be able to get the job done. So that's going to be all of the bosses for this month's event quest on Uncollected. I hope you guys enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.